Hey guys, welcome back to the Elliott Confidential Podcast. I'm Aiden, and today I'm joined by Christopher Elliott and Aaron Elliott. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
All good.
Everything's good. We're in
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Yes, as promised.
The Forbidden City.
Not Forbidden City. But close. It's just China, you know.
Oh.
But we've been to two countries. We've been to Thailand, as promised, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Wait,
and China.
So then which one is Chi-Town? Because I know one of these is Chi-Town, or is it the Big Apple?
Chi-town is like Chicago. Anyway.
Well, okay. So which city in China is that?
I don't know. Is that maybe Shanghai?
I don't know. I skipped geography class.
No geography class.
Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about.
We have a lot to get through because we've been to so many places. I mean, we've been on the road for the last week. So right now we are in Kowloon on the other side, and we are coming to you from the Langham Hotel. But earlier today, we were actually out hiking with our friend Gabi, and here's a picture of us out hiking. This was a lot of fun. We went on a place called the Dragon's Back. Aaron and I did. Aaron, what did you think of that?
Well, it was a good hike. I mean, unfortunately, the weather wasn't that great. It was very misty, and that is something that you see all the time here. It's that marine layer, like California.
Yeah, except that it's very humid, especially this time of year. So last week we asked, what's the healthiest that you felt at a destination? This week, it's the flip side. We want to know, what is the unhealthiest that you've ever felt when you have traveled? You know, bad air quality, bad food, just feeling overall bad. Let us know. And we have a long list of places that have made us feel bad that we've talked about, and we'll maybe talk about those a little bit later in the podcast. But first, let's talk about Hong Kong. We had a chance to see a couple of hotels, including the Langham and the Four Seasons, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I wanted to take you to a very unlikely place, but maybe not for our podcast, so unlikely, which is the lunch buffet at the Langham Hotel. We didn't eat there, but we had a chance to see it. Here's a picture of Aaron taking pictures of the oysters. Aaron, why are you taking pictures of the oysters?
Well, firstly, that's the dinner buffet.
Oh, it's the dinner.
Yeah,
okay, sorry.
The second thing is I'm taking photos of the oysters because of the fact that people are using oysters here in actual cement, and it's a way of recycling all of the leftover oyster, I guess, shells.
Didn't they do that in like ancient Greece or something?
Yeah, no, you can see
Isn't that part of the mixture for cement that dries underwater?
It may be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I believe so.
It's a big deal. It's just, it's a sustainable thing. Anyway,
well, we didn't actually go to the dinner buffet because we wouldn't be able to help ourselves. We're so bad. We'd just be piling it all up.
No, there's actually nothing there because we're on a plant-based diet. So, but you would have liked it because you're a flexitarian.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So, do you eat oysters?
No, yuck.
Well, they've got plenty of oysters, mussels,
I don't
seafood.
like oysters. They like oysters.
They love oysters here. Yeah. So they have a recycling program for oyster shells.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a huge deal. Everyone here is trying to be a little bit more sustainable. I am running a series about sustainability, so I'll have more on that very soon. But one of the highlights of this week has been taking the Aqualuna ride. Here's a nice picture of it.
The junk boat.
Yes, the junk boat across the bay. Moving right along, Hong Kong Island. Aaron and I had a chance to go to a place. It's the old police station here.
Yes.
And this is you in the police station. But we had lunch there, and we had dim sum. And this is what dim sum looks like here.
What's that on the top? Is that
That's a mushroom, yeah.
Mushroom. This was our favorite one, which is why I took a picture of it. It was really, really delicious.
Yummy.
And there's a tea shop attached to it. What was that place called again?
It was called LockCha. It was a tea house that grew out and became a dim sum, a vegetarian dim sum restaurant. Yeah. Very, very good. And you got to try some traditional Chinese tea. I think that we tried probably the most expensive pu'er.
We had a lot of tea.
We couldn't finish it all because otherwise we'd be climbing the walls still probably.
Oh, we were.
And we had lunch like 2 days ago.
We were. They did serve a lot of tea. So the nice thing about the tea sets there is that you can keep making tea from it, especially on the stronger, like pu'er tea. You can just keep making more and more tea. What do you think of Chinese tea? You've had some, right?
Yes. I had some chrysanthemum tea
Chrysanthemum.
yesterday, and it put me to sleep.
Oh,
I took a nice 1 hour nap after
I could
after
use
dim
some of that
sum.
right now. I
Yeah.
could just do it during the podcast.
Is that caffeine or
No.
does it actually? Okay.
It's an herbal
Yeah,
tea.
I was thinking like because I always assume they give us caffeinated tea.
Yeah.
And I kept drinking this chrysanthemum, and I came back and I
No.
just fell on my bed
No,
and
they-
slept for an hour.
That chrysanthemum is not caffeinated.
Yeah.
But the other stuff is like pu'er, green tea, that's all very caffeinated. Four Seasons. Four Seasons actually has been around. I think they were built in 2005 and then went through a big renovation. So we had a chance to see the hotel, get some nice pictures of it. What did you guys think of the Four Seasons?
Well, the first thing I'm noticing here is that
This is
the
a wide angle shot, I know.
no, the shot is like tilted. This is like
it's-
a Dutch angle you're getting here.
I'm not a professional photographer, sorry.
This is
But this is a on assignment kind of in action shot of your brother taking pictures, and they actually were very nice to us. They gave us tea.
Yes. I was singing
What'd you think of
opera in
tea?
this picture.
Yeah, you were extolling the virtues of the food. I think you had some.
Funiculi, funicula.
That is very good. What is
Funiculi, funicula.
what were those crumpets they were
Yes.
like?
That crumpet is it's like a buttery funiculi, funicula.
See, I'm not normally a tea kind of person, but this was really good actually. What do you think?
Oh yeah,
Aaron?
no, with the
And you're not Aaron.
with
What did you
the
jelly.
with the jelly.
Oh,
and
yeah.
those crumpets are
Like
really
they had
good.
like raspberry jelly. It's really good. And Aaron can't stop taking pictures of that.
Yeah,
up
he
close.
couldn't stop taking pictures. I couldn't stop singing funiculi, funicula.
Okay, all right. So we'll have more on Hong Kong very soon because we're not done yet. We have a few more properties to check out and more activities. So we will have more next week on Hong Kong. So our next property was in Phuket, Thailand, and we were at the Anantara Layan. That's what it's called. But the nice thing about this property, very interesting, is that it has a medical spot really at the center of the property called Layan Life. And we had an opportunity to see some of the treatments that they do there. And because it's a medical spa, they actually have a doctor on staff. They've got they have a physiotherapist. We'll talk more about that in a minute. What do you guys think of Phuket, though? Because this is our first time there.
Well, I mean, we didn't see much. We were at the Anantara the whole time.
Yeah, no, we were, but we had a chance to, walk on the beach, and then we were at the airport too. And it's definitely not Bangkok, right?
No, it's like it's more like Bali to mainland Indonesia. Like
Yeah.
Bangkok is mainland Indonesia, where Bali is like this little island specifically for tourism, right? Phuket is kind of like their
It's
little
very
Bali
touristy.
out
Yeah,
there, right?
totally. Yeah. It's rainy season's kind of started early there, so it rained a lot, but we spent most of our time indoors. And so the thing about about Lion and Lion Life is that they're really focused on wellness, and I'm doing a series on wellness, so this actually worked out really nicely for us. They really will. They do an analysis on you when you arrive there to see what's wrong with you, and then they try to fix you. And for me, that was a shoulder. A lot. Yeah, I have a shoulder problem.
Yeah.
I've had this shoulder problem since I was in Ireland, and I can't even sleep on the side. So this was actually Pat, the physiotherapist, and she's the one who discovered the problem I have. And then she showed Aaron some exercises too. So this is Aaron and Pat, and this was taken right when she was showing us a couple of exercises.
And she fixed it, right?
Yes, I think she did. I
Okay.
mean, I still have
You
a
think?
little bit of soreness, but
Let's test it.
Oh. Anyway,
No, it's a lot better because I squeeze really hard, and he's not wincing as much.
no more wincing. There was also an herbalist. That's what
An
it's called.
herbologist.
Herbologist, man.
Sorry, guys, none of the good stuff. They didn't have it.
So they mix their own tea.
I asked though.
They mix their own tea.
Yeah,
there.
no, we saw it too.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
very-
What kind of
very
tea
good.
did they make for you?
They made us. Well, what's the? I have no idea. I have no idea.
It was was it?
It's the red stuff. Red 40. No, it's not red 40.
Red 40. That's-
Red 40. Imagine like
Hibiscus tea.
we're gonna make you.
Hibiscus tea.
that's
We're gonna make
hibiscus.
you an herbal tea, and then they just get this giant jug of red 40 and dump it into the water.
So the idea behind having an herbologist is that they have all these herbs,
Yes.
and then they figure out what's wrong with you, they make custom teas.
Yeah, so we had their hibiscus tea. The hibiscus tasted pretty good.
Yeah.
It was very nice. I like hibiscus, and the process to make it, where they do it in front of you, is quite fun to watch.
All right, there's also energy healing, and this is my energy healer here with one of his patients. The patients, they lose a lot of weight during the energy healing process.
Yep.
So this patient here really slimmed down nicely.
Yeah, that's Grandma, actually.
Yeah.
That's Oma. That's Oma.
Kidding. Totally kidding. Actually, energy healing is one of those things where you're not really sure that it's working, but some people swear by it. I tried some energy healing, and maybe that's why my shoulder feels better too.
Yeah. You want to test again?
No. There is a food scene at the Anantara. We can't talk about the Anantara without talking about some of the food. Thai food is awesome, and they've got lots of it there.
Well, that really totally misses the most amazing feature about that resort, which is that they have their health resort, so the Layan Life, integrated into every single restaurant. So if you're there for a particular health reason, then you can order off of their Layan Health menu.
Yes.
Which is something that we've never seen in any other resort or hotel.
Well, that kind of integration actually is something that a lot of hotels and resorts are trying to do, and they've done it at Anantara, which is a complete integration of food and beverage with wellness. And the reason it's so hard is that finding a good menu that's healthy, that tastes good, and well, is really difficult. Because a lot of healthy food just tastes like, it's kind of bland. The food that we had at Anantara did not taste bland. It was actually really good. Yeah. And Thai food is awesome. Did I mention that? I think I may have mentioned Thai food is awesome.
Yeah.
So we've traveled thousands of miles and stayed at lots of hotels and done a lot of things. And what are your impressions of the last week, guys?
Well, you know what? Hong Kong has been a very different experience in terms of the pedestrian, the experience of actually using the city to get around. And also, it reminds me a lot of Tokyo, but built on a hill, which is, it's been fascinating because you see so many parallels, but then also there's something very unique to Hong Kong, the old buildings and the sort of the British influence. It's something that you can't really put your finger on. The way that the people act, the way that people act on the street. There's just something to it. It's a je ne sais quoi.
It's a high energy destination.
Yes.
Yeah. For Phuket, I was really impressed by how many Russians there were in Phuket. Like the announcements at the airport are in Russian.
Yeah.
So we not all of them, but yes, they do bilingual. They have actually in 3 languages. And we ran into a lot of Russians while we were there. So it's a very popular place for Russians, but also a lot of other people from the Middle East. A lot of people were there. It's a very international destination. But the people we met at the Anantara were mostly Americans and some Chinese while we were there too. So really, if you want to have an international experience, Phuket, definitely go to Phuket. But I would say though that there's a rainy season and that has already started. So maybe if you don't want to have a lot of rain, maybe wait a couple of months before you make your travel arrangements. So what did you think, Aiden?
About Phuket or Hong Kong?
Yes, both.
Both? The Anantara's nice.
Yeah.
The Anantara's nice. They did something very special for Aaron. Remember?
Oh, we have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you should tell the story.
All right, so I had to get my laundry done while we were there because I ran out of clean clothes. We only carry about 4 different pairs of clothes, changes of clothes wherever we travel. So that meant that we had to use the laundry service at the hotel. And they really went above and beyond because they noticed, and we've been to many hotels and had to do laundry at those hotels. No one really seemed to bother or care about the fact that there was an actual tear in one of my pants.
Yeah.
And so it just kept growing and growing, and I didn't have time or really didn't know how to sew at all. So I just whatever, it'll be what it is. And so they fixed it actually. They sewed together this tear in my pants.
They didn't tell you.
They
And you
didn't
discover
tell
it
me.
until
Yeah.
you took it out of your
Here it
luggage,
is.
and there it was, all fixed.
And they even matched the color. It was a very well done, very
Yeah.
thoughtful, very happy about that. It's something that, you don't expect, but that's just sort of the sort of high touch that you kind of want when you're going for a resort experience,
In our last podcast, we asked the question, what is the healthiest that you've ever felt while you're traveling? We had a lot of comments, and let's get to them.
The first comment is from Chris. It reads, I felt healthiest visiting Antarctica, the Galapagos, Alaska, New Zealand, and Australia.
That's quite a list. Aaron, your thoughts?
I think that I agree with that 100%. In New Zealand, I
those
felt
places,
great.
Those places are very healthy
But,
places.
there are some places in maybe, I don't know, Christchurch, I didn't feel that well. Supposedly they have a water thing. I don't know. I don't have the details on
Christchurch
that.
was. Well, if you go down to the Southern Alps, it's very nice. Fresh air, all that stuff. Tom says tea shop to tea shop hiking in the Himalaya in Nepal combines up and down hiking with a light backpack all day and then eating unlimited rice and lentils. Unlimited rice and lentils.
Unlimited rice and
Tom,
lentils.
that's good. And other healthy things like tea and curd. It's living on a Stairmaster while eating an organic vegan diet.
Suzanne writes, healthiest I felt was when I was in Zakynthos, a Greek island, in 1989, during Easter celebrations. Good time to be in Greece.
Yes.
A gorgeous island, the sea air was amazing, and the food beyond delicious and healthy. Worst air and food, Beijing in 2007. Skies were purple, impossible to breathe, and food not for me.
Whoa.
The skies are purple. That
1989.
sounds like a Prince song.
1989, how many years ago is that?
That's a while back. Yeah. Tom says where I've lived, Alaska and coastal Oregon, and where I would have liked to have lived, the Big Island. And we've been to the Big Island, right, guys?
Yep, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
It is big. Would you like to live on the Big Island, Aaron?
I don't know. I think it depends on the place. It's a great place if you love nature, you like being in a sort of a tropical rainforest. And even then, they have a great observatory, so you like that mountain up there.
Yeah, that is nice.
I forget the name of the volcano already, but yeah, I like the Big Island for that.
Not Haleakala. That's
but
on Maui.
You're not going to get big city, you're not going to get a lot going on there.
Well, thanks for joining us at the LA Confidential Podcast. We love doing this every week, and we're going to be in Taipei next week. So we'll have an update from Hong Kong and then also tell you more about Taipei. We'll see you next week.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Have fun.